Are you wondering how you can maximize Facebook in 2021 and you're in real estate? Stick around, I can help. Hey everybody, Katie Lance here, founder and CEO of Katie Lance Consulting, the Get Social Smart Academy, and author of the book, Get Social Smart. It's episode 220 of the Get Social Smart show, and today I'm going to share with you 5 big things you need to pay attention to if you're in real estate for Facebook in 2021. Let's go. Number 1, yes, you need a personal profile and a Facebook business page. Both are really important, and I have to say, out of all the questions I get asked, this is still the number 1 question I get asked time and time again. Katie, do I need a personal profile and a business page? Yes, both are really important, and I'll tell you why.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Your personal profile is meant to be personal. It's not meant to be all about business. I know we all have friends who use their personal profile for business and it gets really annoying, right? So we don't want to be that person. It doesn't mean you can't use your personal profile for business though. So let me explain. Your personal profile, again, meant to be primarily personal. This is where you're going to post things about your family, your hobbies, your interests. But I also believe in the 80-20 rule. 80% personal, 20% business. So the things that you can talk about on your personal profile that have to do with business might be behind the scenes. Maybe you're congratulating a client. Maybe you're sharing something funny or in the moment. It's these small little things that are a little bit more personal that might be business related, but we can certainly share. Also on your personal profile, this is where you're going to keep in touch with people on social media. This is a great opportunity to reach out and connect with people that you worked with in the past and connect with them and say, hey, I loved working with you and your family last year. I'd love to stay in touch here on Facebook. Remember, people post things on Facebook that are important to them, these big moments, birthdays, holidays, celebrations, and this is a great opportunity for you to be the one to comment, to engage, and to be really intentional. So personal is important, but the business page is also important. Now in 2021, you're not going to get a whole lot of organic engagement over on your Facebook business page. It's just the way it is. And the reason for that is Facebook knows that when you and I are on Facebook, we don't want to see a bunch of ads. We want to see our friends and family. So what that means is by itself, your Facebook business page probably won't get a ton of likes, engagement, comments, unless you do some Facebook advertising. But I look at your Facebook business page as the place to talk about your listings. Facebook Live and video tend to work really, really well over on your Facebook business page, and your business page is a great place to really establish yourself and build your brand. When people refer business to you and you get Googled, one of the first things that a lot of people look at is your website and your Facebook page. So if your Facebook page is outdated or the last thing you posted was from 6 months ago, it kind of looks like you're not in business. So both are really, really important in 2021. Tip number 2, use Facebook Stories. So Facebook Stories, when you are on your Facebook feed, especially if you're on your mobile device, Facebook Stories take up like a third of the feed. They're right across the top. They're here today, they're gone tomorrow, they only last 24 hours. And if you're familiar with stories, I'm sure a lot of you are using Instagram Stories. If you're creating Instagram Stories, you can share your Instagram Stories automatically to Facebook, which is great. But if you're not using Facebook Stories, I would encourage you to start to use them. I like to use my stories as like the behind the scenes. It's like the backstory, the story behind the story. You can add text, GIFs, emojis, and what's interesting about stories is when people are watching your stories, you can actually see exactly who's engaged and who has seen your stories. So if I post to my Facebook story and you watch my story, I can actually see the 20 or 50 or 100 people who have seen that content, and then when they engage with me, that engagement goes right into Facebook Messenger and it becomes a one-to-one message. And so that's where I think, when it comes to social media, I think a lot of social media is becoming more private, where we see more one-to-one messaging, and Facebook Stories I think is a big underutilized area, and I think it's going to be big in 2021. Tip number 3, video and Facebook Live is one of the best types of content to post, especially on your business page. So I just told you that Facebook business pages aren't getting a whole lot of traffic organically. It doesn't mean that you should ignore them. So how do you boost your Facebook business page without spending a lot of money on boosting your ads? Video and Facebook Live. So what kind of video content? Right now Facebook is favoring content that's over 3 minutes. So if you're creating any kind of content for YouTube or Instagram, 3 to 5 minute video like this, quite quite honestly, works really, really well where you're sharing something educational. I would encourage you to brainstorm, and you might even make a list of the questions you get asked all the time. You might even think back to the last 6 to 12 months and brainstorm a list of the clients you've worked with, and then what topics came up in those conversations. Were they renters and they weren't sure if they should buy? Were they first-time home buyers and they didn't understand the process? Were they trying to find a lender? As you think about those topics, those are all very timeless topics. A lot of them are very timeless or evergreen. That's great video content. You want to upload that video content directly into your business page. You also want to make sure those videos are captioned. Facebook has a great free feature with Facebook. You can turn the captions on. Sometimes they're not always that great. However, if you want an even better Facebook captioning service, I like to use Rev.com. Rev.com is a great service. You pay about $1 a minute for your captioning files, and they actually do it. They actually human transcribe your videos, which is great. So videos, number one, upload those directly. Original content, by the way, is key. And if you've watched any of our other videos, you know we've talked about this. This is so important. We want to stand out in a sea of sameness, right? We want to stand out. There's a lot of the same type of content we see out there from a lot of different agents. So by standing out, by sharing your own opinion, by sharing information, but adding in your personality with video is huge. Also, Facebook Live, as I said, if you're not quite ready to do some recorded video, you're not quite sure how to edit video, the good news is you can just go right to your business page, pull out your phone, hit that Facebook Live, and go live. We see a lot of agents doing this with virtual open houses, giving people a sneak peek into a home, maybe doing Monday market updates. It's live, it's in the moment, it's a great way to build engagement, and once you're done being live, that is a recording that is on your page and people can watch the replay. But those are the two biggest pieces of content that are performing really, really well in 2021. All right, my fifth big tip for making the most of Facebook in 2021 is engaging with other people. It's less about you and more about other people. You know, often I'll have agents who come to me and say, you know, I really need help. How do I grow my Facebook? What are some things I should do? What should I be posting? Content is important. Having a strategy is important. But it's also really important that you take the time to engage. Don't be a drive-by liker. Don't just jump into Facebook and post something when you have to say or like 12 things and then leave. But take a few minutes each and every day. I really believe in the idea of Focus 5. Take 5 minutes a day, scroll through your feed, pick at least 5 people you can connect with. Be a good finder. Look for people doing something good. And don't just say congrats or great pick, but take a few minutes to leave a meaningful comment. In the world of social media, by the way, a meaningful comment is a comment that's at least 4 words. So instead of saying happy birthday, you might say, happy birthday, Joe. Do you have anything planned fun for today? Do you see how that feels a little bit different? So make sure you take the time with your schedule to engage with people. It makes a big difference. All right, if you're listening to this and you're thinking, okay, I gotta get a handle on all my social media strategy, including Facebook, I would love for you to download our brand new 2021 Content Grid. This thing has been downloaded so many times by so many different folks over the years, and we just updated it for 2021. So I want you to go to katielance.com/content grid, put your name and email in, and we will send this to you. This is gonna give you a ton of great content ideas to take your social media strategy to the next level. As always, if you enjoy these videos, we'd love if you'd hit the subscribe button and the bell button because we have new videos that come out each and every week. And lastly, I would love to know, are you active on Facebook? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Bye for now.